February is Black History Month. Many displays have been set up at LHS to recognize and honor the month. Can We Talk and Young Women of Color Club sponsor Lanisha Thomas tells how the clubs put their display up.
We had volunteers help us put the Black History Month display up, and they chose which ones that they wanted to represent on the display, and then we put the description so then that way we can keep people aware.
Young Women of Color Club member January Jackson says that the display highlights the impact that the Black community has had on the world.
I think this is impactful because, for example, the display last year, we did a lot of products that were invented by Black people and different mechanisms that were invented by Black people that we use in our everyday lives, just to show how important of an impact our community has had on the world in general. Recognizing people who have been kind of forgotten, like the guy who invented soft serve, the person who invented the stoplight, just things that we see in our everyday lives that we don't think about.
The library has also put up a display of books that tell Black stories in history. Library media assistant Stephen Wilson shares how he chose which books to present.
I went through our catalog and we have made some lists previously, not necessarily for Black History Month, but for topics like Black Lives Matter. I combed lists we already had, and then I did searches based on our Black history. It's an area of study that's a long story, but it's important to me.
Black History Month gives a chance to acknowledge and celebrate Black history that is not always mentioned in school.
It's important just to recognize the fight we've been fighting for like hundreds of years now, because it's still ongoing, and I think there's a myth that like it's not as bad, and while we have made improvements, I think there is a long way to go, and Black History Month is meant to recognize and like represent people who made really huge steps forward for us.
When I graduated from Lawrence High School a long time ago, when I went to college, I found out a lot more, and I didn't feel like it was fair that I had to take a specialized class to get that information, and that I was just being forced down my throat the European history and American world history as opposed to all the history. I think that a lot of our students already know about Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, but I would like for them to know more than what's in the book.
Make sure to visit the displays in the atrium to learn something new. This has been Karen Middleton reporting for the Lions Roar.